Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. It's Kimberly at Journal Breeze. Thank you for stopping by. Today I am going to start a project. It'll be in a couple parts, maybe 3. And what it's going to be is an ephemera folder with a twist. This book is quite large. It's 10 tall. And yeah, it's 10 and a quarter tall and about 7 and a quarter wide, which will make for a really big ephemera holder. And the spine is 2 inches wide. But the first twist is that I am not using this book. I am using the cover. We are going to build a book inside and use the cover. How's that? This book has been on my shelf forever, and I had this tucked under this brown, and I forgot that I even, had it. And it's such a great book. But first, let me just show you. I'm also going to use this at some point for a different book. It's the library covering. And then the book itself is just spectacular, I think. I just love it. It's so classic. Isn't it beautifully classic? And it's a beautiful blue-gray, very dark French blue, I would call it. I just love it. I love that it's Ladies' Home Journal. I love it. And when I do use this book, I'm going to take the papers out, but there's a lot of very cool pictures that are in it, and so I hope to be able to use. Look at these costumes and their beautiful dresses. 1913, 1914. Oh, hold on. Okay. Yeah, so this is going to be fun, and I honestly don't know exactly what I'm going to do with it. Isn't that beautiful? October 1985. And then they have another section with more pictures, more current. And then there's like black and white drawings like that. And the chapters, like this one, this chapter is by Margaret Mead. Remember her from Cultural Studies? She was an anthropologist. So famous. Hope I'm not getting that wrong, but it was high school. It's a long time ago. Anyway, great book. And I truly love this cover. I think it's really just fabulous. So I'm not going to alter it, other than I will put some kind of probably lace or doily, something maybe crocheted a little bit heavier to cover the black. I'll try to leave this plain. And the key is, that's the first twist that we're using just to cover. I'm going to use old, heavy-duty, they're nice and thick, file folders to form the inside. And I think I'll cut these and glue them together today with you. And I'm also going to use Tyvek. I bought it off the bolt at Joann's. And I'm going to put that on with PVA glue. And then my plan, after I get those manila folders in, is to decorate the inside and the flaps, and then I'll glue the flaps down at least at the bottom, or maybe the bottom and the top, and then they will become other sources for ephemera. And I'm thinking maybe putting in tags I've made, because they would fit if it was glued down. at the top and bottom would be very secure, and it's pretty wide, so I could get quite a few in there, I think. So I think what I'll do, okay, so I'll just go on and kind of explain what the other twist is. I hope you're going to join me on this journey. It's a unique ephemera holder. My goal is to use things I have and nothing else. I am buying nothing at all for this. So these are obviously scrapbook papers, and I do have quite a few. Not as many as a lot of you have, but I do have quite a few. So I am using scrapbook papers from different albums. These happen to be mostly, oh, this is Tim, and this is Tim, and this is from Hobby Lobby. This is their Tales of You and Me. I'll show you the back in a minute. And then this is from a Stamperia. I don't know which way you say it. But this was an old one that I just loved, and I've just been hoarding this. You know how it goes. And I love that these are all, I'm not cutting these down except for taking 2 inches off, because the book is 10 1/4, so, and these are 12, so I have to take that off. But other than that, I'm going to use the full expanse. And so that means that it can't be divided down the middle, right? And it seems to me that the way a workaround for that that's really pretty and will give me lots of access to the pieces and not have a lot of bulk, I am going to use them like this. I'm going to go 2 and 2, 2 and 2, and I'm going to have the signature meet. It's about 3 and 3/4 in. So this will be the place that the seam is. And I'm going to machine stitch it, and also pamphlet stitch it. And I have a new, for me, it's a new method of pamphlet stitching. I'm super excited to try it. I'll show it to you when we get to it. You will have seen it before, no doubt. But it will be new, and I don't see too many people doing it. One main person does it. And we all watch her, so I know you've seen it. But I'm gonna try it, and I'm looking forward to it. So that's the plan. And then when you flip up, you see this approximately, and so there'll be all this beauty to see, plus pockets all the way along. And this can flip up too, although it doesn't. I don't know. It's going to have to at some point. Yeah, because I'm going to have pockets on it. And then this can flip up. And then this is the short one from the other page. And then this will flip up. And this will come up. And this will show. And this will flip up. And this will show. So there's not going to be but 3 3/4 overlap. And that means that most of the bulk is going to be here and here, here, and here. So the book is not going to get to be a dragon mouth, because I am making 3 signatures of 4 papers. And with most of the bulk in these extra large pages, I think it can still lay flat and work out and be pretty. And it allows me to use up these great pages. I did really consider stitching with a zigzag stitch an additional amount. I really thought about it long and hard, and I decided against it because I like not having too much going on in the background, and having the stitch marks, and then having it completely different, because I don't have 2 of all these. Some didn't come with 2, and other ones I've used because I've had this for probably 5 or 6 years. So it would have had to been a different paper, and I think it just would have been just too visually stimulating, because you figure you're going to have all of this ephemera sticking up. So that's why I'm not doing it. But you might feel differently about it. And then the backs I decided in my case to put the busy on the backs. So those that have busy backs are going to show up here. But see, that's a busy back that has a lot of space, so I like that. This is the least favorite back. I mean, I like it, but it's really busy. But I do think this is a nice quality cardstock. It's even thicker than Tim's. And then these two look really pretty together. And this comes up and you get the pink with that. And then that's fun. So I think it's going to work out really great. And that is what I'll be doing with you, as we go forward. And I'm showing you this so that you can pick out your scrapbook papers. It took me a while to put together 3 signatures of 4 that look good on the front and the back, and weren't too visually stimulating. Some of the Tim ones I just felt wouldn't work no matter what side we used. So, but you guys have other kits, and it's fun. It's a chance to use them and use them whole. But remember, 2 inches gets cut off from the top. And then the pockets, I got a heck of a deal at the thrift store. And I was checking out and I was buying paper supplies or something, and the woman at the checkout, I go there, they kind of see me enough times, I guess. It's not like we're on name basis or that I'm there all the time, but I usually buy things from their office supply area. I don't buy clothes, I don't buy dishes and porcelain, I buy books and office supplies. So she said to me, "Are you an artist?" And I said, "Well, I do stuff in the art genre." And she said, "Well, let me show you something I have. Do you have the time?" "Yeah, I have the time." So she comes up and she hands me, you can see this is her handwriting, $2. Oh, there's one on here. Here's one cut. I was trying to figure out how tall to make them. All of these sheets are transparencies, every single one. And I get all of this tissue paper also. That'll be great for jelly printing and who knows what else. So I am cutting my strips out of this. I'm cutting my strips at 2 3/4, 2 1/2, 1 3/4. And I'm going to put 3 on a page. This is really for like labels, really small stuff that doesn't really stick out above it. And then these are for things that are taller. I kind of stuck stuff in and played around. And then I measured how far up the page they're going to go. Because I would like it to be visually, again, I don't want to have some higher than the other. That's just me. You may not feel that way, but I would like it to just be visually smooth. And since I have 3 different pages showing at any one time, not 2, I decided to measure it. So I'll tell you what those measurements are next time. There's no point in going into that now. Besides, it doesn't matter because you can come up with your own. So that's sort of an overview of what we are moving toward here. And my suggestion is that you come up with a book cover and see that as the most important part of what you do. And all the rest will follow from that book cover, whatever size you have. Okay? So again, this one's 10 1/4. I'm just thinking of it as 10. And so all of my measurements are going to reflect a 10 by, what was it across? I forget what it was. All the way across was 16 1/2. 16 1/2. And I'm putting my pages in at 12. That was 4 1/2 inches. But I measured from the middle. Oh, no. I didn't measure. It didn't matter. That was for where I did the bend. I score the bend in all of them. And then it goes over to here. Yeah, it doesn't matter because everything starts over here. That's right. That's why it hasn't come up. Every page starts here and then overlaps here. So it feels like the full book is being filled. Okay. All right. So let's glue in. Oh, I patched up. There were little tears. And I just didn't want them to get big. They were really little, but I put book tape, black book tape, super stick book cloth tape over them. And this is not, a heavy-duty cover. This is pretty good as covers go, but it's old, 1956, and I think it was important to take care. Now I am going to mark where, this is the hardest part, is really figuring out where the center, like where is it going to really turn up. Whoops, everything's a little rounded. So I'm going to mark that there, and then let me see if that came to 2 inches. Yeah, actually a little bit more. Okay, so, oh, look. Okay. I'm just trying to think where I can, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll make a middle. I'm going to go like that. And then, I guess that's just going to have to be a wing it. Okay, and then I'm going to put, should I put the cloth side down or the shiny? I'm going to put the shiny side down. So then I'm going to fold this in half. So that I can place it in the middle of this spine. Okay, let's see if I have that mark there that I can follow, and then I should be okay. Yeah, okay. All right, and then I'm going to mark this down here. Okay. All right. So let me get some, I'm going to use PVA glue. And I'm going to get a card to wipe it on. This is my glue card. Oh, you know what? I've got a silicone one. Let me find that. Where is that? I don't know where I put it exactly. Oh, it's intended, I was saving it for texture paste. Okay, well, I'll use that. All right, let's go. Oh, it's not. I tested it before I turned on the camera so that I wouldn't have to do this. And now it's proven me wrong. Okay. Okay. I mean, it certainly doesn't act like it's stuck. This is really acting interesting. Stuck. Maybe it's because it's getting so cold here. Oh no, it had kind of a bunch at the cap. Okay. The top of the cap. I haven't used it much. See, you see that? It was all bunched up there. Oh yeah, it's kind of thick with stuff. Oh, I'm just pushing it down too. Oh my God. Okay. Sorry. I'm going to just try to put water in it. Okay. Honestly, it just seems to have gotten more plugged up. Oh gosh. Okay. Oh, you know, it almost needs a Q-tip. What can I use in lieu of a Q-tip? I've got this pokey thing. Let's see if that'll do it. Yeah, taking out that earwax. It's an important thing to do. Oh my God. I'm seeing light. I'm seeing light at the end of the tunnel. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see. Let's see if that will work. I think I'm going to try to get a little more out of the top. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, good. Still, it's like a workout, man. Okay. Whew. It says you need barbells. So I hope you guys are having a good new year. I know it's freezing cold and storming in so many places. That makes some people super happy. And other people not. It is pretty when it first falls. My girlfriend sent me a picture of the 12 inches that fell last night in her backyard outside of Chicago, and it looked stunning. She said it was really fluffy. It looked wet and heavy, and she said her husband got his snowplow out, and he has kind of a friendly competition going with the neighbor to see who can snowplow their driveways first. They have long driveways, and so he thinks it's fun. Oh my gosh. I said, wow, that would be hard to shovel. And then I realized, oh my gosh, I've been away from Chicago for so long, I don't even remember that there's snowplows. I just completely was thinking shovels. Oh, prehistoric times. Okay, let's see. Let's just get this down. Just want to make sure it's really holding it. I don't know why I'm holding off from putting it in the inside. It's not like we're doing the final spine. Who knows what's up with me, huh? Who knows? Let's put that there. Whoops, get it straight. Okay. And then this should be here. Okay. There we go. Oh, I'm going to bring it up a little bit. I didn't want it to go right to the bottom, but now that I see that black showing, maybe I should have. Oh well, it's an ephemera holder. Although I want it to be pretty and attractive and functional, it isn't a final book, so let's be real. I wouldn't have used black tape if I was really worried about it. I was more worried about it being secure. You know, I didn't want there to be any ripping. Okay. Okay, let's see. I'll get another one and make sure. Okay, and now we're going to go like this. I know some of you will use other things in the middle, and that's cool. I bought this tie back kind of at the beginning of my doing junk journals. I'm like, God, I think I bought a yard. I probably have a yard and 7/8 left. I hardly ever use it. I forgot I had it. It's kind of tucked away. It's been really great over this holiday. I took it off from work and I did a lot of reading. Oh my gosh, I read some great books and I had a good time. Relaxing that way. I really, really enjoy relaxed reading of fiction. I love nonfiction, but it doesn't relax me. You know, it's more mental. But I also did a lot of cleaning out and organizing all over my house. It wasn't intentional. It would just be that because I had the time when I would be at that drawer, or I would be at that closet space, or I would be in that, you know, place where I have papers and things like that for my hobby. I would just clean it out, and I discovered all kinds of things I'd totally forgotten about. So I made new piles of stuff I want to make sure I use. So funny. But I did throw a lot away too. Oh my gosh, did I throw a lot away. And gave a lot away. Not so much paper things, but other things in the house I gave away. But it just was refreshing to have the time to say, oh, this needs to be cleaned out, and then be able to actually do it. I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about there. Okay, so that's going to be wet for a while, but it will not interfere with our next step, which is going to be these file folders. Now, the file folders are going to be cut down, and what I want to do is glue these two together before I cut it. You know, why cut twice, right? So I'm going to do that next, and I'm going to lay this flat. I hope that really doesn't wrinkle like that. I hope when it dries flat. But if I do put crochet over it, it's not like it's really going to show. Anyway, it's an ephemera holder, so originally I was going to Mod Podge these things together. What do you guys think of that? Have you ever used it as a glue? You know, I thought it would harden it and make it even more sturdy. That's what I was thinking. It would make it even more sturdy. I wonder. I kind of feel like doing it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to put you on pause. This is always tricky on this machine. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got Mod Podge for paper in the mat, but as we all know, it's shiny anyway. And I'm going to put a calendar down to cover my surface. Okay, and I'm going to use, this is my Mod Podge brush, so it doesn't get much use. Okay, so I don't think it matters which one I've got on the bottom, but get some old file folders because they're going to be much heavier duty than, than the new ones. Oh God, the new ones are like hardly, if they weren't shaped like a file folder, you would just think it was paper practically. Shocking how, thin they are. You can buy heavy duty, but the heavy duty, if you buy today, are like they used to be. Okay, I'm just a mess. I'm making a mess, and I don't even have any supplies. Oh, I do have a paper towel. Hold on. Okay. All right. So, let's see what we can do here. I am going to do one side. Obviously, these flaps won't stay on. And if this, for some reason, doesn't dry well or doesn't function well, then I'm going to, just make a new one. But we can try it. It looks like there's a slit there, so this will be the end that I use. So I think I'll go down to this end. Okay. Sometimes I just love what Mod Podge does when it dries. The outside it just looks really cool. So I'm hoping that I get that experience, but I think it would require that I put some on this top layer too, not just this in between. Okay, and then put this here. Yeah, okay, and then this. Okay, and then a card. Oh, it's not sticking at all. Okay, it says water-based sealer, glue, and finish. Well, that's interesting because this is just acting like there's no glue on it. Oh my gosh, what is going on? Let's see. Some of you know exactly what I should be doing, know exactly how this works. Yes, you may leave a comment. Help me out. You guys have left me the most helpful comments. I don't know what I would do without some of your comments. They're so good. So good. Tell me how it's worked for you. Blah, blah, blah. Just fabulous help. Okay. How's this end doing? No, this end's not sticking together very well either. Wow, this is an interesting. I didn't expect this. Okay. Okay. Let's see. I forget which end was the good end. I think this. Yeah. It was this end that was the good end. I should write that on here. Base to use as base. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, I guess I'll clip. Where's that paper towel? Oh, look it. It's already unglued. Well, that's going to get cut off anyway, to tell you the truth, so it doesn't much matter, but still, I'm just shocked at how it functions. Okay, this is sticking well. Okay, so we'll just give that its time it needs. Maybe I didn't go all the way to the end because I knew I wasn't going to use the end. That's possible. And I'm actually not even going to use that top. Or maybe that's the good end. Oh, well, now it doesn't seem to matter. Wait, there was a tear. Oh, yeah, this is not the end I want to use. Yeah, okay. So this is cut. Yeah, okay. Okay, so now let's do this side. Okay, first of all, I want to make sure it gets in here. Okay. I feel like I need to clip it. Okay. Okay. So now let's do this. Okay. Sorry I'm not talking much. I feel like I'm sort of on a timeline here. And I need to concentrate. Obviously, I'm going to have to leave this to dry. But maybe if you're going to make this one too, you can gather your large covers. You know, a lot of times the nature books are big. The bird books, flower books, those can tend to be larger, and art books in general, right? And then pick out your papers from your scrapbook paper collection, and glue together your file folders. If you only have the thin ones, like the newer ones, then I would suggest you use 3, unless for some reason your cover is more heavy duty. Obviously, it would work with a smaller book cover, but then you don't get to use the scrapbook papers in as much of their original size as you can with a bigger book. I think that adds an element of fun. I like the idea. Oh, see, it's still coming up. Okay. Wow. Maybe it just dries super quick. And I'm starting at the bottom and putting it all over the page, and by the time I get down to the putting it all together, it's dried up. Maybe that's what's happening. I think I've really only used Mod Podge as a protectant for a finished journal. It's just not really connecting. It's weird. Oh, look. Oh my gosh. Okay. Need to put some more in here. That was the end of the counter. I need some more. Let's see if I can take it off there. Wow. Is it the manila folders? I mean, what is it? But it doesn't want to stick. I've never even thought about it being difficult to put together two manila folders. They don't seem that different than paper. Okay, I can see a little ripple starting. Alright, let's check the other side. Good thing we're covering this. We are covering it. I have some beautiful papers picked out. I pretty much am going with the floral theme. Floral and then the office supply grunge thing that Tim brings into it. And so my end papers I picked florals and some fonts. So I just think it's going to be so gorgeous. And I really need a big ephemera holder. I can just pull one out and really see all of my current stuff. Right now, I've been keeping on. This is embarrassing, but I'm going to show you. I'm going to own up. I've been keeping things in these boxes I mentioned to you from Chewy, dog food, cat food place. So I just have them, they're laying in here. A lot of these were in a drawer, and it's better that they're in here for the moment. This reminds me of my giveaway. This is the type of letters. This is the guy's handwriting, and it's a blue ink, light blue. It's almost aqua, and I showed a picture in my last Instagram post of the letter. He was at Fort Benning in Georgia in the military in the 50s, 51, 52. He went AWOL. And got in a lot of trouble. I have all that paperwork too. And he was writing to his wife and the child they had together, and there was another baby I guess she brought into the marriage. That's what all those letters are about. And I'm giving 5 of them away in the giveaway, which is ending Sunday night of this coming weekend, the 14th. On the 15th in the U.S. we have a holiday to honor Martin Luther King Jr. And I will get on the YouTube in the morning and pick a name. There haven't been too many people that have signed up, so you have a good chance of winning. I'm giving away the ephemera letters. It's the outside, the inside, and the letter and the envelope, and they have stamps on them, and they're different types of stationery, and they're from between he and his wife. And then there's a day book from 1955 Hallmark, so it's the entire year. And it's real cute. It's got a real 50s look to it. It's aqua. And then the main feature is a needle case, stitching case, sewing kit that I made in, the beginning of 2000, beginning of the century, not in 2000. And it's called a midwife, and so it's long and narrow, and it folds up, and I have filled it with vintage items, vintage lace, vintage floss, vintage buttons, some elastic, pink elastic with a little cute little fabric that forms a design on like a kid's dress. And what else is in there? Oh, needles. It's got all the tongues to hold the needles, and oh, these wonderful buttons. Yeah, I've got more like normal dress buttons, and then these wonderful buttons there's dark pink, light pink, and white, and they have a little rhinestone in the center of each, and they're on their original card from a costume maker. So they were costume buttons. And what else? I don't know, I can't remember. Oh, a couple pieces of lace. Oh yeah, a couple pieces of lace. And one of those is really tall and has like oval shapes on it, and somebody suggested that it might have been from a collar in a play from she might have said Edwardian times, or I was thinking Shakespearean times, frankly. And I think she's right, because I cut the middle so you'd have the tallest, so you'd get the most, but it actually did get smaller as you went. So it very likely could have been a collar. Loved her comment. And so that's in there, and then another piece of lace is in there. And there's all kinds of tucks in there. You could take everything out, use it in your journals or whatever, and then you'd have all these tucks and places to put in your own stuff. And I made it all by myself and used the machine. So it's some lace in the bottom, and it's in a fabric that emulates, it's a little more whimsical looking, but emulates early 1800s chintz. So that's the giveaway. It's a mixture of vintage stitching and paper. And so if you are a subscriber, all I'm asking is that you watch the video, and then it's short, like 15, 18 minutes, and then you'll see what to say, and you will be in the drawing on Monday morning. So it's the video right before this. If I remember, I'll put it in the description box for you. Okay, so I think, I don't know, I still see gaps. I don't know that this is even going to hold. Well, if it doesn't hold, then I'm going to use 3-in-1. That'll hold. But what I think it will do, even if it doesn't hold enough, or I have to go around with 3-in-1, it's going to give it a stiffer feeling. Yeah, it already feels that way. Although it's a little bit cold and clammy. It's going to be stiffer. And I do think that I might put it on top, just to kind of give it a further glow. It won't show, but it'll give it more of that hardened feeling. And then when I put the papers I chose on it, they'll be really smooth when they get glued down. Yeah. So I think that's going to be it, you guys, because I can't do too much more. I don't want to cut it out yet. I mean, I'm going to lay my book thing on top, and I'm going to cut it out. But I would just rather wait until it's dry before I do anything. And I think we've been on for a while anyhow. So, oh my gosh, way longer than I thought. So I'm going to say goodbye, and hope to see you in the next part. And I hope to see you at the giveaway on Monday morning if you decide you want to be a part of it. So take care, have a great weekend, and I'll see you really soon. I'll probably do another one this weekend. All right, bye-bye.